Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. Okay, guys. Yesterday, I forgot to tell you one thing. When you're dealing with map visualization, you have to switch on your internet. Okay, you have to switch on your internet because it is not locally stored. Bing application is going to be using internet and to locate your maps and everything. Am I clear? Okay, so you have to got the internet on in your laptop whenever you work with map visualization. Remember this point. I forgot to tell you that. And one more thing people are saying, so in SQL Server when they're practicing and they're not able to get the diagrams. So when I go to tables and there is a database diagrams, right? So we have a lot of tables. How each table is, joined with another table. If you wanted to see, you can create a database diagrams in any database, need not be Amazon. So when I double click on this, so many people are going to be getting a, or when they wanted to click on new database diagram, they will be able to get this message, cannot execute the database principal because dbeaver does not exist, the type of the principal cannot be impersonated, or you do not have the permission. So many times, you don't get the proper privileges. If you don't have the proper privileges, you will not be able to create any database diagram. Now see, cannot execute the database principal because even I cannot, have the diagrams created. So if you wanted to create this, so what you need to do, double click on this. So here, am I create? Yes, I can create the database diagram by selecting some tables. Okay. I can see the visualization, how the tables are linked. I can see them here. Okay. So when you have the permission issues, maximum times you will be able to, will not be able to create your database diagram. So how to resolve it? If you Google it, you will be able to understand what is the issue. So when you go to Google and you say uh, SQL Server DB diagrams, okay? Cannot be created. You need to, okay, so I cannot create database diagrams. They're giving some steps. Okay, click on this. If you get any issue, don't stuck there because you have to know these things. It is telling me grant permission. So is it a grant permission issue? I think so. Everybody will get this common issue. Then to do that, they're saying to take credential to create database diagram, try this query. Okay, so this is what they're telling, and they're also saying this. Okay, so you give the permissions by executing this. So many things are available, you just practice them. Okay, let me go here and copy this. Alter authorization on a database name you need to specify, and here to which user you need to give. So that is the thing. Copy this and you go here and you should be able to execute it. So go here to the SQL Server. So that is permission issue. That is what I can understand. What database you would like to give? Database name you write. Database name I wanted to work with. Let us say, so in Amazon, I cannot create the diagrams. When I open this, I'll get this. So the drag and drop this database name. Database to which user? Who's the user? SEA means system administrator. So this is the user. To which user? So your user ID you should know. What is your user ID? How to get? So below security, below database, then below security. You don't go to the security. Many people what they do? They go to their database. There is a security again. So there's a security here. So don't go to the security. I'm talking about collapse everything. Go to security tab. So when you go to logins, you will be able to find out your name. Okay, you should be able to find out your name. So my name is Bhaskar. So drag and drop your name here. Okay, so what is the meaning now? Bhaskar is assigned to Amazon database. So I can be part of this database. I will get the privileges. Authorization means what? Privileges. So you have to go to which database that you need to enter. Alter authorization on database, colon, database name and the username. How to get the username? Go to security and you will be able to open logins. When you go open logins, you will be able to get this and drag in. You will be able to find out your login, your name. So then after you select everything and click on execute. Now executed. Now you go and try to, give. It is a permission issue. So let me go here. Let me check whether it is going to work or not. Database does not have one or more support object that is required. That is fine. Click on yes. Now if I say yes, I'm able to see this. So this is a trick. You have to use it everywhere. Now tomorrow I don't have permission even in iBank database. I go right click on this new database diagram, cannot execute because blah blah blah. What I should do? You have to copy the same thing. Database name is what? This time iBank. Drag and drop iBank here. User will not change it to Kedar Bhaskar. How do I get the username? Collapse this. Go to security. Go to logins. You should be able to find out your name. Right? You will be able to find out your name. Drag and drop this. Now execute. Select complete command and try to execute it. Now I go and refresh once. Go to iBank now or double click on this database diagrams and new database diagrams. You say yes. When you say yes, you should be able to get all of them. Okay. So you should be able to create. So how account master table, how branch master table, how, RP master table, how, T master table is created. Now you close, it is able to give you a beautiful link. Okay. So this is the command that you have to use it. So alter authorization on database. Okay. Alter authorization on database name. You need to give your database name and you need to give your user ID. If you simply give Bhaskar, it is not going to work. If you simply give Bhaskar, it is not going to work because it cannot understand Bhaskar. So to get your login ID, where to go? Collapse everything. Go to security. You will be able to get your user ID and password. So you should be able to get this. Not password, user ID. That's it. And click on execute. Am I clear? So this is what is the thing that you need to get it. If you're not able to see the proper diagrams, am I clear, guys? So am I clear? You can speak now if you wanted to ask any questions. You can ask. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good, good. So you have to Google and try to understand what they're saying. So this is the one skill everybody has to develop. If you get a problem, Google it and try to, apply. So what they're saying. So, look for much more, explanations. Okay. So they'll be able to tell you lot of things. Now, it is also available. You can translate if you're not able to understand this, you can translate it. Okay. So now we are able to get lot of things in your own language, right? So it's translated. For example, I don't understand what they're saying. I can translate to in my own language, right? So there is a translator. Okay. Say translate English to Telugu. So translate it. You go and what is this? I would like to have it in English, right? Translator in English, I would like to get it, right? So you go to Google and the better translate. Okay. So you will be able to get it is, Hindi is on. I would like to make it. So Google Translator, you will be able to get it. Copy and paste and, please work on that. So you should be able to, use them beautifully. So the language I have to get is English. Where is English? Why everything is changed here today? Let me copy this and I wanted to have. You can read this. It is translating. Okay, you read this. If you're not able to understand that, You read like this and try to understand. You copy paste whatever you would like to read and try to understand. Okay, so they're telling lot of things, right? So simply you translate. See, it is telling. See, very clearly it is telling. Okay, so very neatly it is able to translate. You can translate, try to understand what they're selling. Okay, all these are now available to you. You should not be worried about the small things. Okay, chalo. Now today, let us understand visualizing tabular data. So already we know how to use a table, right? So it is very simple, not very complex. And already we had seen matrix also, but let us understand how to use, table, when to use matrix, when to use table, and how to format properties and what are the field values it contains, and how to apply alternative row colors, and how to apply conditional formatting. Okay, all these are simple, and we can also have trend icons. Okay, so how to show the trend icons, lot of things. So we should be able to, understand as part of our, table. So let me quickly go and try to get data. Let me go Excel workbook. I should be able to get employee data, and I wanted to analyze the employee and department data, right? So employee and department data. If you wanted to show the data in the table format, so we knew that we should be able to go in for the table format. So maximum times we don't show the data in the table format. Maximum times we're going to be using, this kind of a visualizations much more time, right? So either this line or this line maximum or this. Okay, so maximum times we will be able to complete our reports with the help of first line, second line, and the mid line, half of the mid line, and we are going to be using this. Clear? So these we are going to be using very rarely, and out of 33 visualization, if you use at least a 10 to 12 visualization in your report, it is more than sufficient. Clear? But they'll ask you in the interview, what is pie chart, what is that chart, what is map chart, what is, latitude, longitude, how do you configure it? So blah blah blah. So remember, to work with the map, what should be on? Internet should be on. If there is no internet, map is not going to work. I forgot to tell you yesterday. So if you wanted to work with map, visualization, you have to switch on the internet and you need to work with this. Clear? I forgot to mention this. But out of 33 visualizations, if you know maximum these visualizations, you can create any kind of a report, whether it is HR report, whether it is a, you know, any other report, HR, sales, or maybe marketing, retail data, insurance data, banking data, whatever you see it, you can go to the, Google, and you try to explore. They are going to be using and only this line plus this line maximum, and this is offline. So maximum, we don't see all these things, and you will be able to find out, map report. So other, visualizations are not used heavily in any domain. Take a banking domain, take Microsoft company, take any company, they never use. You go in for sample reports. You can go to Google and ask for sample reports. Maximum times you should be able to get only these things. So don't worry about all of them. But today, let us talk about table visualization. Double click on this. If you wanted to work with the table, so what are the field wells we have and how to work with the table. So if you go here, only one thing that you have, only values. You don't have any other thing. But when you click on this, you have a legend, details, values, a tooltip, lot of things are available. But when you click on the table, when you click on the table, you have only one thing, nothing more than that. So I wanted to have, employee ID, drag and drop. I need the name, drag and drop. I need the gender, drag and drop. I need the salary, drag and drop. I need the city, drag and drop. I need the department name, drag and drop it. So everything you're able to get in a single table. You don't have any other thing. You don't have any other thing. No dimension, no fact. All of them have to be displayed. All of them need to be drag and dropped only to the one field well. So that is the beauty about it. Am I clear? So then you should know how to, work with this. By default, you should be able to get, you know, so I'm able to get employee ID. Employee ID is not a summarize, uh, aggregatable column. Don't summarize it. So it is giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 employee name, gender, salary, city, department. So like that, whatever you want to have, you should be able to create. By default, you can get the total. What is the total salary? Clear? So table is very, very simple. You should be able to easily work with this. If you wanted to take this column up, you can take the column up. If you want to take the column down, you should be, bring the column down. If you wanted to take the column up, you should be able to take the column up. So all these things can be done. Clear? Now, you don't have anything, in the tabular format. So simply we switch on to the properties now. What are the properties, formatting options that we have? So that is what we need to discuss one by one. So general tab means where it is aligned. So the completely where it is, getting displayed. So X position, Y position, width, and blah, blah, blah. All these things we discussed. And style. If you wanted to apply a style to this completed table, you have different styles. No style, and it is like this. I would like to have a minimal style. So this is a minimal style, a blue line and blue line here. And I wanted to have a bold header. It is a bold header style. Alternative row colors if you want to apply. So this is a white and a gray, white and gray, white and gray, alternating rows and contrast alternating rows. So different styles, flashy rows. I think these are the things we used to apply every time. Flashy rows. It is going to be applied to the complete table. Then we have a style. This is a bold header and flashy and a sparse. And we have, you know, one more style. Lot of styles are available. Apart from these styles, if you wanted to implement your own styles, you should be able to go and implement your styles. Clear? So style is one thing you should know. Then the next one is we're talking about the grid. What do you mean by grid? Grid means the complete table is called as a grid. Okay. So the table is divided into three parts. This is what is called header. Okay. This is what is called values. Okay. So you have a column header and values second part. Third part is this is a totals. Okay. So table is having three parts. So what is the part number one? Header, column header. Part number one, column header plus values plus totals. This is what is called a grid. Grid means what? Grid means all these three parameters. Header rows are these column names. These are called values. These are called values. These are called totals. So if you wanted to format a complete grid, so you can go in for this. If you wanted to format only column names, you need to increase column names, you need to decrease column names, font color, you need to change it. You have to go in for this. Okay. And the values, font color, if you wanted to change it, go. And totals, if you wanted to have totals, if you don't need totals, you can remove the totals. Everything can be done. So what is a grid? Grid means the complete table is called as a grid. Clear? So table is called as a grid. So this is a part number one, header. Okay. So this is what is called values. And this is what is called, total. So grid is headers plus values plus total. Grid is what? Headers plus values plus total. These three is called as what? Grid. Okay. If you apply anything to the grid, everything will change. Header, values, total, everything will change. If you wanted to format something, you should be able to go to the grid and format something. So what is the vertical grid? Vertical grid. So, and horizontal grid. What do you mean by vertical grid? Let me make it on. When I make it on, automatically you should be able to get the lines. If I make it, off, you should be able to See small lines, you should be able to get it. And you're not able to see the proper lines here, right? So vertical grid means you go and try to put some kind of a lines here. Okay. So you should be able to get this kind of a lines. That is what is called vertical grid. Okay. If you wanted to have proper lines, then switch on this and switch off this. Vertical grid means this. Okay. If you wanted to change colors means you should be able to get the different lines and different colors. So whatever you would like to have it, you should be able to have it. If you don't need the column, borders and everything, you put it off. So it is going to be applied on the complete table from header to header, values and till the totals. It is going to be applied everywhere. So now I wanted to come down and the vertical grid thickness. So I would like to increase the size of this. So let me increase this. So it is going to be giving you a bigger border, bigger line. So that is what is called the grid, thickness. If you wanted to decrease this, you should be able to decrease this. Then horizontal grid is already on, but we cannot see this properly. I wanted to have like this, or I would like to have the same color, and thickness also I wanted to increase like this. So you can have good borders, row and columns clearly. So that is what is called, the grid level. It is from, header values, and it goes till what? The bottom line of the total. So that is what is the grid. So entire, table level, it is going to be applied. You should be able to apply. And if you wanted to have some row padding, so let me increase this. So you can see what is the padding. Okay. So let me increase this. It is going to be giving lot of spaces in between. Okay. Lot of spaces in between the cell. So that is what is called row padding. You should be able to see lot of space in between the cell. Lot of space in between the cell. This is what is called row padding. If you need any space in between, you should be able to go in for this. Otherwise, go for the default padding. Whatever you have, can go in for the default padding. Okay. So that is what outline color. So what is outline color? So let me go. So this is what is called the line. It is going to be changing. Okay. So outline means header bottom row. Okay. So outline color, text size. So let me increase this to text size. So let me go here and increase this. The text size is going to be increasing now. The complete grid I'm talking about, from column name to the values and plus totals, the complete, because we are applying where? In the grid level. Grid level means what? Grid level means it is header plus values plus totals. Everything that changes is going to be occurring. So that is what is called row padding, outline weight, text size, column names and the values, everything will get increased. Okay. Image, if you wanted to have an image, is there an image here? I don't have any image. So if you wanted to revert it back, you should be able to get it back, and this is the simple one we can have it. So you should be able to work with the grid. It is very simple one that we can work. So when you working with the grid, what happens is that you will be able to apply to the complete table. But I wanted to work with only column headers. I would like to change the font color to the column. So the font color of the column will change. Now, background color of the header, I wanted to have this kind of a background color only to the header, not to everything. And after this, there is a bottom line. After the column names, there is a bottom line, top, top and bottom. I would like to have it. And I wanted to have the font size. I would like to increase it only to the header. And word wrap, if the column names are very big column names, it is going to be wrapping. For example, what do you mean by wrapping? So if you have name of the employee, so when you have like this, so it will create a bigger name like this. When you wrap it, it is going to be bringing like this. It is going to be bringing like this. So this is a wrapping. So the space will not be more. This is what is called word wrapping. Clear? If you want to have word wrapping, so that you can make it on, and if you don't need, you can go back to the normal this one. So if you wanted to apply something onto the column headers, then we have. If you wanted to apply only to the values. What is the value? Value means only this data. Okay. If you wanted to apply something to this, then you need to go in for this. And again, you need to increase the font, decrease the font, do a lot of other things. So lot of settings are there. Go to values. So I don't need the font color to be in this. I would like to have in different font color. Okay. Then we have background color. So background color, I would like to have like this. And okay, alternative font color is on. Okay, alternative font color is on means what? One row will be in this color and the second row will be in this color. Okay, so when you switch on the font color, so what it is giving you, it is not changing the complete, the complete table font color. It is giving you odd and even columns. Okay, so it is going to create. So this is the first row, second row, third row, like this. It is going to be assigning one color to this, one color to this, one color to this. Okay. So it is even rows will have one color, odd rows will have one color. So there are two things that you need to understand. So if you observe carefully, I go and I wanted to change this to black. So everything is black. Okay. But if I wanted to change some font color, let me remove this to black. Okay. I wanted to change font color. If I wanted to change font color, and it is telling me alternate font color. So what is the meaning? Font color means it is odd, odd columns and even columns. 1, 3, 5, 7. So like that. It is 2, 4, like that. It is going to be dividing the data and assigning two colors. So that is what is called conditional formatting. It is not going to be displaying the complete things. Now everywhere black, I would like to say, font color only, some of the rows will get displayed, but half of the rows are in the alternate font color. So I would like to go in for this kind of a line. Clear? So values will be arranged in the odd and even numbers when you apply font color. This is how it's going to be working. I have a background color. Now alternate background color is also available. If you wanted to have any alternate background color, you can give like this. Now outline, if you wanted to give bottom only and upper or left and right, so the outline borders are going to be visible. The outline, this border, this border, this border is going to come. Then if you have any URLs, the icons we can have it. Any URLs we don't have anything. So word wrap is on. So text is lot of things you should be able to set as part of your values. Clear? Font color, background font color, alternative background color, blah blah blah. Clear? And you can revert it to the normal one. So if you wanted to have by default, you will have a grand total. Okay, by default you will be able to get the grand total. I don't need a grand total. So what you need to do, you need to make it off. The grand totals are gone. If you wanted to get the grand total, you should be able to get the grand total. So that is what is called a total. So the name of the total, or you can say grand total. So whatever you would like to give, it will become grand total. So the font color of the grand total is something like this, and you wanted to give background color is something like this. So lot of things we should be able to have it and increase the font, blah blah blah. Clear? So I wanted to understand one more thing, field formatting. Okay, so display units, what is that? You can have it, and employee ID, and what is the font color? Field means column. So field means column. I wanted to have a different look and feel for any field. Field means column here. Field means column. I would like to apply a separate formatting to this, separate formatting to this column, separate formatting to this column, separate formatting to this column level formatting. Okay, you have values means complete rows, header means this. But can I have a column level formatting? Yes. If you wanted to have a column level formatting, you have to go in for field formatting. Okay. So employee ID, what column you would like to display? I would like to display salary column. So what is that you would like to say? I would like to display in thousands, or I would like to display in millions. So whatever you would like to do it, you should be able to have them here. So you should be able to display like this. Font color of this will be changed completely here. Okay. So whatever you wanted to have it, it should be able to have it there. There's no problem at all. Am I clear? So however you would like to have it, you can change only to that field means column. You can have it there. Background color to this, this one is applied only to that. So whatever you would like to have, all auto alignment applied to the header also, it is going to be applied to the header, applied to the values only. Okay. So apply to the values, whatever you supplied. So apply to total also, it is going to be applied to this. So whatever you would like to do it, you should be able to do it for only to the given column. So that is what is called field formatting. People would ask you, can I change only to the one column? I would like to change a lot of things. So that is where we can go in for the field formatting. Okay. So field formatting, each column can be shown in the different color. A lot of other settings that we can apply. So that is what is called field formatting. Then the next one is conditional formatting. Very, very, very important interview question. So show the change the font color based on the condition. For example, if I'm saying I wanted to show if the salary is greater than 20,000, show me in the blue color. If the salary less than 20,000, show me in red color. So I wanted to have the font in the different color based on the condition. What is the condition here? The condition is show me the salary font in the red if the salary is less than 20,000 or 5,000, else I'm going to be showing in some other color. So that is what is called the conditional formatting, the next option. So I wanted to go to field formatting, then I wanted to revert to the normal. So the next option that we have, so all this you can apply to the tables, guys. Okay, field formatting, because properties you need to explore not only to the table, everywhere. For all visualizations, you need to have the patience and have explore these properties up, properties options. Field formatting is done. Then I have to go in for the conditional formatting. What is that I would like to have for the salary? Background color, font color, blah, blah, blah. Font color I can increase. Okay. So font color is getting changed. Background is also getting modified. So a lot of things are happening. But the condition I need to write. What is the condition font color? Font color condition is go to advanced controls. Where I am? I am in the conditional formatting. I am in the conditional formatting. So by default, I am able to get only one color. I don't need this color. I need the condition. If the salary is greater than 5,000, do something, less than 5,000, do something. So that is what is my condition. Greater than 5,000, do some condition. So I go to condition, choose the salary and font color on advanced controls. I have to write the conditional formatting here. Click on the advanced control. So it is giving like this, smallest color like this, smallest unit like this, highest unit in this. Okay, it is what is the color adjustment. I don't need like this. I wanted to create my own rule. What is the rule? Rule based on which column? Rule based on the sales employee. If it is a 0 0 to 5,000, 0 to 5,000, show me in red color, and new rule, and 5,000 to unlimited value. 5,000 to, let us say, some 50,000. You can give the bigger number. Make sure it is a number everywhere. I wanted to show them in dark blue. So this is what is called conditional formatting. Okay, everywhere we have less than 5,000 only. Let me modify this. So less than 2,000, and let me have 2,000 to unlimited value. So we should be able to get in different things. You can write lot of conditions: 0 to 1,000 red, 1,000 to 2,000 blue, 2000 to 3000, black, green. So this is what is called conditional formatting. Very, very, very important interview question. So do you know how to apply conditional formatting? Yes, I should be able to apply this. So you need to go to the font color. You go to conditional formatting. By default, font color will be off. You need to make it on. Then advanced controls. Then you have to apply what? Rules. So you need to apply the rules here. So 0 to 1000 is into red color. Now you must use number and number. The next rule. So now 1000. Now write the 1000 here. 1000 to 2000. Okay. Number which is in a this color. Now next rule. 2000 onwards. Okay. All these are numbers. Okay. Numbers you can have 2000 to unlimited data. Unlimited data. Now I wanted to have them in this color. Okay. So whatever be the color that you wanted to have it, you should be able to have it, and you should be able to perform these operations. The data will change. It depends upon the value. This is what is called conditional formatting. Clear? When you come down, then there is a data bar. Based on the data, I wanted to show some graph. Click on this. Okay. So automatically it is going to be creating the data bar. If you wanted to, change all these things, you should be able to go and you should be able to modify this. Otherwise, forget about it. You will be able to, see the bar. So whose salary is more means I can easily understand this guy's salary is more. So you can create a bar. So if you want to create a bar, and there is an icon. Icons means I wanted to have up arrow, down arrow. You know, if the salary is more means you can create up arrow, down arrow. I can have this kind of a symbols. It is going to be creating a different formula, and based on the percentage, it is going to be taking the sum of salary. It is going to be telling you 0 to 33% means on the total salary, it is going to be giving you like this. So I don't need, I would like to create if the salary is 0 to, let us say 1000. Okay. Let us say 1000. I wanted to show like this. I would like to show like this, and you should be able to remove this. Okay. So 1002. Let us say 2000. So I wanted to have a this kind of an arrow. Okay. And 2002, 2000, it is 2000, right? 2002. So bigger number, you specify bigger number. I wanted to show upward. Okay, the trend is going upwards. So I wanted to have the data icon where you wanted to display left of data, icon only, right of data, what you wanted to display for the salary. Click on this. It is going to show like this. Okay, the salary is did not increase for these guys. This guy's salary is increased. This guy's salary is, completely very, very bad salary. So upward trend back, this trend you can show in case of sales. Okay, sales, if they say, sales is less than 1000, that is bottom trend. So upward trend means it's getting increased. It is crossed more than $2,000 because the goal is now, $1,500. So they crossed more than 1,500 means it has to go to the upward. If it is below 1,500, it is a neutral trend. So 0 to 1000 is bad. 1000 to 1,500, it is a neutral. So like this, horizontal. And if it is more than 2000, you have create a upward trend. You can create a trend icons. If you don't want to create of it, if you want to have it, you should be able to have it. By default, you will be able to get this. You can go and work with that. Clear, guys? So lot of things you can work with the table itself, and very, very beautiful one. And tables are heavily used, right, in the paginated reports especially. So that is what is all about, table. And you have a lot of other features that you can explore and work with the table. Okay, border, background color, shadow, tooltip, visual header, a lot of other things we already discussed. So you can explore them and you can use this table wherever you would like to have it. Clear? Now, I wanted to go to the table and remove everything. I wanted to have department-wise salary. Okay. I wanted to go there and department-wise salary. Or I wanted to remove city-wise salary. I would like to have city-wise salary. Come down and remove the filters. Remove what? Go to conditional formatting. Go to switch on icons. Remove the icon. So I have city-wise data. So what is the city I have? So city-wise data I have. I have some AA city, BBB city. I have a lot of cities. City-wise data, I want to have it. City-wise, gender-wise data. So this is what is called city-wise, gender-wise data. Or you can have city-wise, year-wise data. Okay. So city-wise, year-wise data, I wanted to have it. Okay. I have different cities. I am able to get, this kind of a data. So instead of creating a table data like this, so you have different cities and different data is available. You have a lot of combinations. Instead of showing the data, I try to create one more visualization. You tell me which will visualization is good. At a city called AAA city, BBB city, and what is the data we're talking about? Different years and what is the data? Now instead of creating like this, I create one more visualization called matrix. We discussed already. Let me go and double click on the matrix report. So matrix will have rows and columns. Okay. So what is row? I would like to convert. So place cities here. Okay. City is a row and here is the column. Values is the salaries. Okay. Now if you see carefully, it is going to create a beautiful matrix report. So you can easily understand the data, year wise. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. It is arranging the data in the proper order. And when you compare with the table, so when you're comparing the table like this, so this data is very clean. It is very clearly showing year wise. It is year wise, then it is what is called, city wise. So instead of showing the data, sometimes I wanted to show the data like this. This is what is called matrix report, x-axis and a y-axis report. And it is very clean. If I wanted to know city called Chennai, sales in 2013, sales in 2016, I can easily understand here. But here I am not able to understand very cleanly. Somewhere some things are here and some things are here. So it is very problem when you create a table kind of a reports. You convert, this is a row. Convert a row into column is called as a pivoting. So pivoting report is called as a cross tab report. So visualization purpose, it is very easy. I would have told you this. For example, I have some data. So what is the data I have? I have a model of the car. I have a year and what is the quantity we sold. I have some data like this. Now I can show the data in the table format. Okay, I have a Benz car. So year 20, 20, the sales is 1200 cars. Same Benz car, year 20, let us say 2019 and 2020. The sales is like this. Now we have a Ford car and Ford cars again for the 2 years. So the four cars are, sold this much. Okay. So like that, I have some data. I have some data. Now let us say I have a Swift car. So in 2019, the sales is this much sales. And in 2020, the sales is, let us say, 4,000. So instead of showing the data like this, we can convert. So this is a table data. It is a table data. Sometimes the tables are not very good to showcase your data. I have to convert. I take the same, column here and this is my row. So I will convert this into column. I'm going to be converting a row into column is called as what operation? Pivot operation. So I take Benz car, I take Ford car, I take Swift car. I'm going to be having, I have a duplicate data, I don't have duplicates. Now this data is converted. I'm going to be writing 1200 here and 1500 there because 1200, 1500, 1670 there and 8,990 here. Swift car is 5,600 here and 4,000. Now you tell me which report you like. Do you like table report? Do you like this pivot report? You converting column into row is called as a pivoting. This is what is called as a matrix report. If you observe carefully, it is what is called x-axis data. If you observe carefully, so this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Clear? So it is y-axis data, it is x-axis data. In between, you have the values. Okay. So matrix is nothing but x-axis data, y-axis data. We always increase. So x-axis can grow, y-axis also can grow. What is x-axis? X-axis means what? So what do you mean by x-axis, guys? X-axis means it is, this is, it is y-axis. It is what is called y-axis. It is x-axis. X-axis means a column. If you observe carefully, so this is x and this is y. When you drag and drop something to the x, it will create a column. So x-axis is this. This is x-axis. This is what is called y-axis. Okay, this is what is called y-axis. Y-axis are rows. Okay, x-axis are columns. So this is what is called a column. This is also called as a row. Okay, so matrix also will have rows and columns, and a table also will have rows and columns. There is no change here. So it is also looking like a table only. But if you observe clearly, it is not a table. It is not a table. It is a cross tab report. It is x-axis report. So everybody will have rows and columns. Okay, this is also having rows. This is also having a columns. But here you cannot increase the column very easily. Columns are fixed. You cannot change the number of columns easily. But rows you can insert. So these are variable. So you can insert variable number of rows, but columns are fixed in the table. But in the x-axis and y-axis, so rows and columns, when you're talking about these two things, okay, rows you can increase. Rows also variable and columns also variable. There is no fixed. Why? What is the meaning of this? So have you any time seen x-axis also can enlarge? This means what? It can enlarge. It can also increase. Y also increase. So tomorrow, if you include 2021 year, you will insert a row very easily. But automatically 2021 will get created here, and you will be able to get a column also very easily. Clear? But if you want to create one more column to the table, it is not very easy. You need to alter table name, add a column, then insert a row. Inserting row is very easy, but inserting a column is very difficult in the table because columns are fixed in the table and only rows are variable in the table. But if you take talking about a matrix, matrix is this x and y axis, and always rows are variable, and many number of rows you can insert, many number of columns also you can insert. There is no problem. So it looking like a table only. It is a matrix. Matrix 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It is a 3 by 3 matrix. 9 rows you're going to be getting. So sometimes visualizing the data like this is bad. You better visualize the data like this. It is also table only, but it will give you much more clarity. Bench, okay, 2019. Okay, this is a sales. 2020, this is a sales. Clear? So when you have this kind of a data, when you convert row into column is called as a pivoting. And when you create a pivoting report, that is what is called a matrix report. This kind of a data, when you create a unpivot operation. Okay, you will be able to get this kind of a data. Okay, you need to have this data. You cannot create this kind of a data. Employee ID, employee name, employee salary. One, John, salary is 1200. Okay. Two, Sita salary 1230. Can you create a matrix report to this? You never. You will not be able to create a matrix report because there is a proper pattern. So there is a duplicate data, proper pattern. If you have this kind of a data, then only we can think about this kind of a reporting. Clear? So that is what is called a matrix report. Convert rows into columns. This report is always a table report. It cannot be a matrix report at all. Clear? So try to understand. RDBMS can store data only in the table format, but only in the reporting level. Only in the reporting table, the tables are like this. When the reporting level, you can create like this or show the table as it is here. Because when you have data, data will be like this only in the RDBMS. But if somebody gives you like this data, you need to first unpivot the data like this. Then again, you go in for any kind of a charts. We've spoken all these things already. So not every data can become a matrix data. So if you wanted to create a matrix, it is not your choice. It is a data's choice. Data should be like this so that the manager can tell you, hey, Bhaskar, don't create a table report. I need a matrix. Then when you see the data, you will understand, okay, data is like this. So hence manager is telling to create this kind of a report. It is not a manager choice. It is not a your choice. It is not my choice. It is a completely data. What kind of a data that is available in the Excel sheet, and based on that, should I create a table report? Should I create a matrix report? It depends upon the data. Am I clear? So that is what is the matrix. Matrix will have x-axis, y-axis, and values. If you see rows, columns, and values. What is x-axis? Rows and columns and values. So that is what I told you. Are you clear? If you wanted to work with the matrix, one more beautiful point, you will be able to get the grand totals here. You will be able to get the grand total here, and you should be able to get the grand total. Totals will come this side, and I can also get a grand total bottom. So you will be able to see grand total both sides. So totals are there and the totals both sides. If they ask you binge all years total, 2019 total car sales, whatever they wanted to ask you, they should be able to ask you. So it will give you this total as well as okay, this total, both totals, you should be able to get it. That is one more beautiful point. So you have rows, you have columns, and you have values. Clear? So that is what is called matrix report. And the next report is the Q and A. So you ask a question and you should be able to get this. Double click on this. So let me double click on this Q and A. So what is that the question you would like to ask? Ask a question about your data. Total salary. So this is what is my question. When I double click on it, it is going to show the total salary. Now you can convert as a card visualization. Go here and click on this. It is going to be creating a what visualization? Card visualization. See? Now I go drag and drop something and apply border everything here. So when you come down border, you should be able to go and the border is available. Now I drag and drop this. I wanted to ask a question, say city wise salary. So this is the question I have asked. So showing results city that employees are in the salary. Okay. So it is going to tell me this kind of an option. It is giving you some options. What is this? Let me ask, gender wise salary. So it is going to create a beautiful chart. Have you seen like this? gender-wise salary. If you want to convert, click on this. It is going to be converted as a report. See, ask a question automatically. It is going to take the proper chart and putting all the values, and simply you go and you should be able to, enable data color, enable data label, and everything you should be able to, do it. So go here and enable the data. Whatever be the question that you wanted to ask, you should be able to ask just like a end user. You go Q&A, get, and whatever be the question that you would like to ask, you should be able to ask the question here. Okay. So year-wise salary. So whatever you wanted to have it, it is going to be giving you year. So I told you, right? Whenever you say trend data, it is automatically giving you a trend and convert this into image, a visualization. That's it. Now, beautifully, this guy is able to do. You ask any question in your own English and convert. This is what is called a Q&A, right? So all these things you can explore at them. So these whenever you smart narrative and page-netted reports we can create. What do you mean by page-netted reports? So credit card bill cannot be, shown in the visualizations. So every month at banking transactions, you cannot have them in the visualization. You have to show in the page by page, page by page. So those that kind of reports are very, very good in the SSRS level. SSRS is not so good for the visualization level. Clear? If you wanted to create a page by page, because one page is full, second page is full, third page. So the number of transactions done in the previous month in the bank, the monthly bank transactions, it cannot be shown in the visualization. You wanted to have the data in the page level only. If you wanted to create a page by page report, all the credit card swipings or postpaid Airtel bill, postpaid phone bill, all those these are the page data has to be displayed. So that kind of reports if you want to create, the best thing is SSRS, not the Power BI. So Power BI is option called page netted reports you can create, but the better place is called SSRS. Is if you wanted to create every month credit card bills and send the reports to the end user, don't use Power BI, go for SSRS. Or every month monthly bank statement need to be sent. So you have the data in the bank database, create a paginated report in the SSRS, and SSRS automatically send the, it will send the mail attached PDF format to the end user. So all these are automatically done in the SSRS, but very not, Power BI is not very good in creating a paginated reports. You need to create a page, and page by page you have multiple pages when you do more swiping. So multiple pages. Clear? So with the help of Power BI report builder, we should be able to create this. But the better is that go in for SSRS or go in for any other tool if you want to create a more paginated, or we can have Power BI builder where you can create more paginated reports. So SSRS is good rather than the Power BI. Clear? So Power BI will have more visualization, and SSRS is good for creating a paginated reports. They wanted to show the data only page wise. The simple example is, if you wanted to receive a credit card bill, so no banks are sending every month credit card bills. How you are getting it? It is sent by the SSRS only. It will take the data from the banking database and creating a page by page report, converting the report into PDF and attaching in the email. So everything will be handled by SSRS only. Clear? In our classes, I'm going to be showing all those things as part of SSRS. How you create credit card bills from starting to delivery. Delivery means sending the report in a PDF attachment and sending to the email. It is an interview question in SSRS. How do you deliver the reports? Okay, so that is what we will be able to discuss there. So page netted reports and not very important here. And this one we discussed, and lot of other things are not needed. So the first one or two lines, these are very, very important. If you explore them, so you will be able to get multiple interviews, multiple beautiful reports you should be able to create. So this is the 10 to 12 visualizations. If you know, That is more than sufficient for you to crack any interview. So this is what is called visualizations. Okay, guys, very, very easy, very, very interesting, and very, very simple. If you follow these 10 classes, you will be able to, understand anything very, very easily, very, very neatly also. Clear? Not very complicated ones, very, very easy ones, guys. Clear? So that's what. Thank you so much, guys.